Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, I am Bake Me Some Cake and I love diving deep into mobile gaming. Today we're going to create a tier list of legendary and epic guardians in the Guild of Guardians. I'll be discussing their strengths, weaknesses and how well they do in Endless, so you know who to prioritize in your gameplay. And I have a guest with me today as well, Jason too. You might know him. He plays us very well in leaderboards in special events especially. Hello Jason, are you here?
Hello.
Hello.
I am Jason too.
Yes. Okay. So let's quickly go over the tier list. Basically, S tier is the best of the best, cream of the crop. A tier is almost, but just with minor drawbacks. B is average. C is below average. D tier is like can barely use it. F tier is just trash. It's like don't use it at all. It's not usable. All right, so Jason, you'll be ranking it first. You'll be saying the weakness and strengths of the guardians and say my opinion about it, and then we'll both discuss, you know, where we should finally place it, the guardian. All right, so the first guardian we have is Tianlong.
So Tianlong is a very strong main DPS, lifesteal as its first skill, and multiple damage dealing skills, passive that increases. So I would probably rank it at S tier.
S tier, yeah. So basically same here. I think the only drawback of Tianlong, I think, is at 5-0 you cannot use him, you know, like you need to like buff him up, like enlighten him a lot. Yeah, and his strength is basically like AoE, doesn't miss, every tick is damage, and if you put enough money into him, then he's definitely like the best of the best in AoE damage. I agree with you, we should put him in S. The next one is Drip. Where do you think he should be and his strengths and weaknesses?
So for Drip in Endless, he'll be probably a decent tank.
Yeah, he has lifesteal.
100% attack speed as his ult, very decent. But the only flaw is if he gets stunned, it's instant death for him.
From what I've noticed is he's quite weak, you know, his defense stats and HP stats is not really that much. But his damage is really good. So where would you put him in?
A tier, A tier.
A tier. I think I agree with that because it's like his damage, yeah, it's the strongest.
Yes.
And you know, I like lifesteal a lot. Next one is Aquarius.
For Aquarius,
Yes, Aquarius.
use her as my reserve for her immortal ult, the shield, which is very useful for multiple floor at the very end.
Yeah, basically the invincibility, right?
Ah yes.
Where would you place her in this endless? We have like the same opinion on like a lot of guardians where they should be placed. Okay, the next one is Liska, the one of the newest guardians. Where tell me about her, what your opinion is.
The AoE is like overpowered.
Yeah.
Right now it's bugged. If it's fixed, probably the second best main DPS.
V is basically freeze for like 3 or 4 seconds and it deals like 3 ticks of damage. I would place her in S tier. What do you think?
100% agree.
100% agree. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, next one we have a healer, JD. Tell me about her. What do you think?
It's one of the best, but in situations it's not ideal. The ult is quite decent.
I think it's basically the second legendary healer, basically, you know. So where would you place her? I think A. She has like minor drawbacks. She can improve a bit, and then she will be an ST. I think if they like do some improvements, upgrades on her. Okay, next we have Callisto. We don't see her a lot anywhere actually. So what do you think about her?
She's a good single DPS, like a
single. So I have used her actually in the single DPS. She even below average do a lot more DPS than I expected. But if you're talking endless, you're against 5 mobs, then it's not, you know, a good kit to have. So I would place her in F tier, to be honest. What do you think?
For endless, it's either D or F.
Yeah, in endless, I think F tier should not use this. Definitely not. There's better options basically. All right, the next one is Sarah and Shanna. I mixed them both up because they both. Okay, so Sarah, where would you place her, Jason?
For me, I would have to
as a support.
Really a main DPS. So push the enemy into attacker's bomb.
I think as an epic assassin, she does actually quite well. Where do you think you would put her in the endless?
Probably C or D.
C or D.
Maybe F also.
So I'd put her on D tier then. All right, the next one of my favorites designs, T-Rock. What do you think about him?
For a free to play like me, with his passive having 30 energy every 3 seconds, which is upgradable to level 5 with 70 energy.
So where would you place him? Because in my opinion, I wouldn't change a lot about him. Maybe if he had like a buff in his damage. I'm still reluctant to put him in S tier. But what do you think?
Probably put me at A, but it's close to S.
Nah, but he's close to S, definitely. He's closer to S than the other two. The next one is Telva.
For Telva, it's good against endless elite bosses for protecting your back row main DPS.
Yeah, I like the damage share a lot.
This would probably be a good tank for a free-to-play player.
Yeah, we'll just put her in B tier. Next one is, this is one of the most annoying in Endless to face against, Tala. So tell me, what do you think about her and where she placed?
For ult, it's a 2-second stun, which is you can use her at the start for other characters to build up their ults.
She belongs in S tier, in my opinion. What do you think?
As a free-to-play,
Yeah,
this would probably be the good mage. I'm thinking about A or S.
I will agree with you. Like, I think she's the same with T-Rock, you know? Like, she's like in the middle-ish. Alright, the next one is Tank. What do you think about him?
For Sakati, reducing physical damage by total of 70%, fully on physical and magic resistance, he would be a mountain.
It's crazy, like, it's really crazy. He is actually a tank, what is a tank should be, you know? Where would you place him if you're talking in Endless? Because we're not talking about PvP. So I'm curious what you think about him in Endless and where you should place him.
B or A?
No, definitely not S. I think same. I think he performs. I think he deserves an A tier. But this will be close to like B or A tier. He would be close to that. Not A or S tier. He will be like closer to B or A tier. The next one is Shanna. What you like about her, what you don't like about her.
For Shanna, she must build up a lot of the chi.
Yeah, the chi, the energy balls, I think.
Which is time consuming. Without it, the damage will be very low.
So yeah, I will put her on F tier. What do you think? The next one is Prila. Okay, what do you think about her?
For Prila, I have a grudge against it. She is a good tank.
Yeah, I think she's a really good tank. Where would you place her in the tier list?
Put at F.
I will put her C tier because, you know, like, it's okay. Next one is Rufus. I have sold this Guardian like 4 times already and bought him 4 times. What do you think about him?
Rufus, it's his attack speed bonus, very decent, with a 60%. It's a good support to increase your other Guardian's attack speed.
Yeah, so I agree with you. He is really nice with the attack speed. I would place him around C tier, C or D, yeah, around that, I think.
Yeah, probably C.
C, yeah, I think C tier. So
must respect the founders.
Okay, the next one we have Palmera. What do you think about her and where do you think she should be?
Her skills are not that good.
Where would you place her in this?
I would place her at C.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning toward D more. Yeah. What do you think about Morana? The next one is Morana. What do you think about her?
For Morana,
yes,
she has 2 stun abilities, which is the ult and the Cage of Eye. Very good.
Yeah, I like the Cage of Eye.
You can just keep restarting until it hits one of the main DPS.
Yeah, true that. So basically, if the Cage of Eyes hits the main DPS of your enemy in Endless Dungeon, and like you said, the ultimate is RNG. It's a very RNG Guardian. And because of that, we're both very unlucky. I think around D tier as well, or C tier. I don't know. D or C? C tier? Okay. Next one is Tybor.
All people call him the trash panda.
Okay, what do you think about him?
He's honestly just not that good. The passive is to remove poison effect.
There's no poison or crowd control really from the enemy team, you know, in Endless Dungeon. So it's not like you have to worry about them doing that. And it's basically just taking up space as a warrior because it's not doing damage. It's not really a good tank as well. So I think this is the first legendary we're probably gonna put in F tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll agree with that. F tier.
Yeah, Tybor, the panda in F tier. That breaks my heart because he does look cool. He does really look cool though. Alright, the next one is, we haven't seen her really a lot in the game. It's called Mira. What do you know about Mira and where would you place her?
I don't know much about her, but I got her and she's good against magic, like back row magic. She will target and
I think it's AoE as well.
yeah, it says nearby enemies.
Yeah.
I don't know how big it is though.
Yeah, so we don't know how big. Wait, let me just try it now out real quick. I would put her, I think, around D tier. What do you think? D or C tier?
D tier, D tier.
D tier, yeah. Alright. Okay, perfect. Okay, the next one is our favorite clown, Torrid. What do you think about him?
For Torrid, he is a very good support.
Yeah, I like him a lot as support.
He's a very, very good support. Increases attack speed by 100%. And the most decent one is it restores energy, which can help a lot.
Yeah, for your
if you are
main.
free to
Yeah, and definitely for your highest DPS, you know, like if he gets the energy gain fast, it's just better, you know.
character to have in Endless.
So yeah, I think S tier, but you're probably leaning against A tier or not.
S tier because it's free. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, true that. It's like you can pull him with the summoning stones. So yeah. Okay. Next one is Tavros. What do you think about him?
There's not much to improve in my opinion. He's like a demon healer.
Yeah, he's a
And
demon healer and attack speed as well, you know. Yeah, he's really, really good. I like him a lot. It's like it's the first guardian I enlightened him. This one is, I think, without a doubt, S tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, S tier. This one is up there with the champions. Okay, the next one is Tamamo. She dropped a lot in price in Token Trove. So what is your opinion about her?
For my opinion is she dropped because of Liska's ulti of 4-second stun.
Yes, seduction. Yeah, she's amazing, you know. And I don't know why she dropped so much in price. But like you said, maybe it's because Liska is outperforming her with damage. So where would you place her?
As of right now, A or B.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning more towards A tier. Yeah, between B or A tier, she probably is. Okay, the next one is Legendary Assassin, Salve. What do you think?
Not the best because he must die to have his ghost effect.
Yeah, true.
Which is not good for Endless.
Yeah, so he's not that good, to be honest, yeah.
But it's only for Endless, which is not good.
Yeah, I agree. If we were talking about Arena, then he would be probably S tier, but I think just because this is Endless, he's probably leaning against F or D tier now, because like you said, yeah, probably F tier, because you know assassins really do not perform well in Endless. Sadly, now we have a fire mage of Phoenicia. What do you think about her?
Yeah, the flame barrier damage reduction of 50% to back row is very good.
It's very good.
And she does very good damage. She does very good damage.
Yeah, she does amazing damage. Also. I agree. To be honest, I think she belongs in S tier. Definitely. What about you?
Yeah, with the right now we're not counting Guardian gear, but with Guardian gear of negating the
30% damage. Next one we have Oxalis. What do you think about him?
So for Oxalis, the ulti would create a clone of Enara, Tamamo, and Torrid.
Yeah.
With Tamamo being one of the best in Endless, a free Gen 1 hero.
Yeah, it's basically 2-in-1 that you get for Oxalis. So where would you place him?
B.
Yeah, I think it's like it's in the middle, you know. But yeah, I think B tier is more suitable for Oxalis. What do you think about Leah?
For Leah, the best for Endless. I think the best. Most top players are using her.
Yeah, she's the best mage in the game for Endless. So I think it goes without saying we should put her in S tier. What about Morox?
I have a friend using him. Getting to room 68.
Oh, that's very nice. But
he has quite a good combo added to him. But Morox is a good tank. At the start, he would jump towards the enemy, causing AoE stun, which is very good.
Yeah.
And the ulti is AoE.
He's a tank, but he's not tanking hard enough, in my opinion. I'm leaning towards A. What do you think? Should he go S or?
Yeah, should stay at A.
Stay at A, right? Yeah.
The tanking is not tanking.
The next one is Griselle. Tell me about her.
For Griselle, people use her just mainly for the ulti of restoring the of the main DPS.
Yeah, she's free to play, you know, so because of that she goes higher as well. And she's a really good buffer, like for your main DPS. So where would you place her?
A.
I'll put her on S. Next one is Anara. Where do you think she should be?
Not sure about her though. never use her that much.
Okay. Oh, and Nara is basically like she has an Eye of Storm. She has a CC which brings one enemy backwards in a tornado for like 3 or 4 seconds. She has sort of, I mean, her Eye of Storm is basically AoE damage, but it's very small. In my opinion, she is free to play, so that is nice. That's a bonus point, like we said. So she would be around C tier. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, around C tier, around C tier.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is Quitare. Tell me about her.
So her Qatari, she's the only assassin in my opinion. Wait, no, not in my opinion. She's an assassin that does AoE damage, which transforms into phantoms.
Yeah, she is an amazing character, guardian. Yeah. Where would you place her in the endless version tier list?
Personally, we'll put her at B.
B tier. Yeah. The next one is Kreese. What do you think about him?
I think it's about the Shadow Shield. 10% chance of gaining a shield.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like 10%. It doesn't feel like 10%. But yeah, how do you think he performs in Endless?
For Endless, it's not that good. You can join the Assassin's down there.
Yeah, I think he belongs in the F tier, yeah. Alright, the next one is Ashwin. What do you think about him?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Mortar Levi, which recovers 9% of his HP, which is very good if you build a lot of crit for him.
Yeah, so basically his kit is like fully focused on crit rating. And I think if you build crit rating, crit damage, and like attack on main stat boots on him, then he will actually do a lot of damage. Well, also healing himself in the meantime. I think he's actually quite a strong assassin and should join the B.
I'll probably put him at B tier.
B tier.
Because it takes quite a long time to build crit.
That is true. Okay, next one is Karkuk.
For Endless, he's very good because he has the last stand, immune to all damage for 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's super crazy. And his ultimate is also AoE damage. And he does defense reduction as well. I think he's an S tier. What do you think?
Yeah, probably S tier also.
Yeah, if you can afford him, he's definitely worth it to buy. Next one is Kanrei. I've used him in Epic Event, and in my opinion, he was actually quite nice to play with. You know, like amazing kit. So what do you think about him?
So for the Kanrei, he does a lot of poison damage, and with the Serpent Strike, which makes Kanrei cannot be selected by anyone during this time, basically making him invisible, which is very good.
He's basically like a poison assassin. So I think he's going to join his. What do you think? Yeah.
Could be D though.
The next one is Ikam. What do you think about him?
So for Ikam, he has an AoE attack for his orb, and for every enemy being below 30%, he has a damage reduction which can increase to 8% per enemy. So it could be times 5 of that.
I think I would rate him because of his AoE damage. I think I would rate him C or D. C or D. What do you think?
Thinking of D, but like in the center.
It's like, yeah, so basically it's like, you know, in the center. But I think he belongs in D tier. Just stay D. Just stay D. Okay. Next one is Henry, the Epic Guardian. Epic Deer. What do you think?
For Henry,
yes,
he specializes in just ramming people.
Where would you rank him? Because I think I would rate it around C or C or D. I think if you combine him with Atticus, he's probably gonna be a C. Yeah, he's quite nice. C tier. Okay, next one is Helia. Okay, and then we have to take into account that
Helia.
Yes.
She would usually only charm the front enemies, which is still very decent. They can attack their own ally. Could be safe.
Yeah, with his supplicants, basically she gets like another life, you know. Where would you place her? Because to be honest, now I'm sort of leaning against A or S tier.
But her alone, without the bug, I would rank her at A.
A tier, yeah. She probably belongs now without the bug, without charming everyone 180
the bug
degrees.
stays.
So basically, if she can charm everyone to attack each other, if that stays, then she will move up to S tier. Definitely
Everyone will
must
go down
get.
there. If the bug stays, everything will go down by 1.
Next one is Grind. What do you think about Grind?
Grind is practically immortal, without any like limitation to how much revive he can do.
First time I seen it, I was like, this dude is not dying. What the hell? He's immortal. He's actually immortal, yeah.
And at the very back of the round, like when it's like so difficult, if he revives, my guardians are all one-shotted. So his ult is also very good. Almost make him full health.
He's really amazing for an epic guardian, I would say that. I was very surprised that one of his abilities is just coming back to life non-stop, you know, until everyone is dead. Yeah. Where would you put him in the endless tier list?
Could be an A though. Could be an A.
Yeah, I think as a tank, he's doing what he's supposed to do, you know. But I'm leaning more toward B tier, to be honest, because he doesn't have AoE, you know, and doesn't have a like a stun or something.
Just a full tank.
Yeah, just a full tank. I mean, we put Takati, you know, on A, so it would be reasonable to put him on A as well. If you build him full tank, right?
Yeah. If you time it right, he would always be alive.
Yeah, if you time it right, you'll always survive. Okay, next one is Freya. What do you think about her?
So for Freya, Endless doesn't have much back row attackers, honestly. So for Freya, she would not be that useful.
Yeah, she's really underperforming in my opinion. Like her ultimate, like it stuns the people, but it's increased by 0.2 seconds for each 10% of max HP Freya has lost, which is not a lot. 0.2 seconds, you know, like she has to lose 50% HP to get 1 extra second of stun. What is that, you know? And the lifesaver it's okay, but like you said, you know, like normally you would kill the enemy, you know, or they would kill your frontliner most of the time. But she's quite expensive, you know. We have to take that into account for what she does. I think she is in Endless. She is really around a D tier or a C tier, I think. I want to put her F. I want to put her F though. I'm not that heartless. I'm not that heartless. But she has decent. What?
She definitely needs more love.
She definitely needs more love. As a tank, she definitely needs more love. I think D tier. I think D tier is perfect then for her. D tier, yeah. Okay, next one is Fleefall. He was super broken in Endless in one of the upper rooms because he had unlimited heals, lifesteal basically. Yeah, he was actually unkillable. What do you think about him as in your Endless team? Yeah, okay, don't worry. I'm just cutting that out. Just start again. When I ask you, what do you think about Fleefall?
No, for Fleefall, his main skill, which made him unkillable last time, is every critical hit recover 5 HP, 5% of HP a second, which probably got a good use, but for him as an assassin, his ult is also a single target, not that good against 5 enemies charging at him.
Yeah, I think receiving critical hit will activate self-recovery and recovering 1 HP every second for 5 seconds. I think that's the one that really like popped him off in Endless, because in Endless Dungeon, if you come further in the rooms, they will gain more attack, more HP, more defense, and because he was so tanky, every time you critical hit him by your team, he just got the heal. So that's why. But if without the HP and defense that you normally get, I think he wouldn't perform that well. So I think as an assassin, like you said, his ultimate is also single target. I think he should be in F tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, the red goes in F tier. Okay, next one is Flix. What do you think about Flix?
For Flix, she must build a lot of HP gear for her to heal a decent amount of, like, for his ult, 24% of Flix max HP cover over 6 seconds. It's like,
yeah, true.
But
I do think she is the best healer for Epic and free to play. I think that's the thing. And if you cannot get JD or Tavros, I think she's the next one. So probably a B tier, I think.
Yeah, for free to play, it's like one of the better choice.
It's one of the better choices, right? Until you got another healer, that is, you know, until you got a JD or a Tavros. As you can see, this is like perfectly harmonic, you know, like Flix, then JD, then Tavros. Okay, so next one is Pharah. What do you think about her, and where do you think you should place her?
So for Pharah, after reading the Corrupted Spore as a passive, it says that if any Guardian died, a random enemy gains a Poison Spore, which could be good and could be bad also.
Yeah, it will take a lot of time.
Enemy to die.
Which should already be over, you know, by then. I think as an Epic Ranger, she is underperforming really a lot. I think I would put her even in F tier. What do you think?
As a Ranger,
there are better options, you know. I think she is. I think her damage as a ranger is not that good, you know, compared to the other rangers. That's why I choose to put her in the F tier. Well, okay, the next one is Ewendel. What do you think about her?
So for Ewendel, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's not necessary to wait, you know, like you want to do damage as soon as possible when you come out of the gate, you know, you want to kill them as fast as possible, so there's no reason to really wait. And her Tormentor, her third skill, like you said, the lower the enemy is, the more damage Ewendel does. It doesn't apply to the whole team, which I think it's basically useless because she is not doing that much of damage, you know, to make that huge of impact in endless dungeons. And just because of that, her role as a mage is so bad because, you know, she does silence the enemy, but it's only 3 seconds, you know, so it's not that much. So I think I will put her in FT even. This is the first mage in FT, I think. What about you?
Yeah, for the alt at the start, if you use it at the start, silence doesn't do anything because they still don't have
the energy. Yeah, they don't have the energy build up, so the silence is kind of useless as well. Yeah, she could do a lot better. Okay, the next one is, I think, your favorite guardian, Elohad. What do you think about him?
Elohad, he is like useless without the gear. He's like utterly useless.
Yeah, you do have to have his gear. That definitely. Yeah, I think he should be A tier. Yeah, I think I agree with you. He does actually amazing heal, and I think he's definitely better than Flix. He's on par with JD. I think even that's proper judgment, I think, on where to place him in this tier list. So we'll probably place him on A tier. What do you think about that?
Because for his soul consumption, you can time the death of enemy, which when your guardian is low, you could just one shot one of the enemy to almost max HP.
And then everyone is healed back up again, which is amazing. Okay, where do you think you would put Duran, Assassin, Epic Assassin?
Single target.
Yeah, it's a single target again. It knocks people up though and does an AoE CC on everyone after he flies down, which they will suffer dizzy and damage. I think as an assassin he outperforms the FT assassins, but he's not above, I think, the D tier, because just cause of his CC knockup, you know, and dizzy and damage AoE. But it's barely D. I was leaning toward F more as well, but it's alright.
For Duran, you can like pick where to attack, so it's probably better than the others.
Yeah, true. That is better, yes. Because some of the assassins you cannot pick. They'll go after the highest combat power, so that's a little bit less. Okay, the next one is Darista. Where do you think she should be and why?
Could be the best, but there's articles also. So Darista piercing shot is very good, can pierce through with just the attack. Basic attack. Yeah,
it's really amazing. She's really amazing. I think she's the strongest epic guardian. You can combine her with a lot of guardians and she will out DPS a lot of them, you know. I think she has a free to play, she's very amazing, and her damage is still very good. I want to say she could like outperform like AoE mage damages, but you could like fix that with a Gwyn that pulls. That's really amazing. But as if we're talking about Darista only, I think she's an A tier hero. But okay, we're talking about Darista now. Where would you? Okay, A tier or B tier?
Yeah, could put it at A tier.
A tier. Okay, we'll put her on A tier. A tier. There we go. She's a little smaller now. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, next one is Corvus. What do you think about him?
For Corvus, his Dark Vortex would be activated like 2 seconds after the match start, so the enemy's energy refill will be very slow as they are getting sucked while trying to do their basic attack. Yeah,
I like his ult a lot. Like, he has 2 phases, so he pulls everyone in like Gwyn does. He pulls everyone in, and then he does an AoE damage on top of that. Would you agree with that? B or A?
Yeah, I think should be at B because he would be very skinny.
Yeah, true. True. He is very squishy. Yeah, I agree with that. B tier is good for him. Okay, so the next one is Damos. What do you think about him?
So for Damos, major flaw is that he loses HP every time he attacks.
Yeah, I agree
Which
with
is
that. Is and
not
he's a single, yeah, and he's a single target as well, you know. So he's not getting any value in AoV team comps, which you actually need in endless. I would put him in actually in F tier. Poor guy.
But compared to Drip is losing HP also, but he's gaining attack and he could heal
And attack
way-
speed, yeah, attack and attack speed, and he's gaining a lot more lifesteal than Damos. Are you leaning more toward D or C even? I'm thinking
I
of
would
F.
put it F.
Yeah, I'm thinking of F as well. Let's just put him on F next, which you actually need in endless. The attack by 5% is stackable if you get each critical hit. So if you get like 5 critical hits in 5 seconds, you'll be getting a 25% buff. But it's only for him, it's not for the whole team. What?
Takes time.
Yeah, it takes time as well. Okay, let me start again. Okay, so the next one is Doro. What do you think about him, and where would you place him?
So the passive is very interesting. It increases crit by 30%, and each critical hit increases attack by 5% for 10 seconds, and it's stackable. Doesn't say how much, but could be unlimited.
True. It's probably unlimited, giving Guild of Guardians history with like, you know, not enough information about it. I like his pull as well, you know, the 2 furthest guardians from each other, pulling each other closer. I think I will put him on C tier actually. C or D tier. I'm not leaning above C tier, I think. What about you?
Yeah, I will put at C because it takes time to increase the attack.
Yeah, I agree with that. It takes time to increase the attack, and of course, yeah, cannot ultimate like constantly also. Okay, the next one is Cyrus. What do you think about him?
So Cyrus is Takati's great-grandfather already.
Yeah, he's basically the grandpa of Takati, and he is doing Takati stuff but just better, you know. And he's a Cinder as well, so you're getting that bonus as well on top. He's really amazing. Where would you place him if you had to choose? I agree that he should be above Takati, but is he an S tier? That is where we are now gonna be thinking. Okay, so if he's not an S tier, then we need to move Takati down if he's not an S tier. And if you move Takati down, then Grind should be moving down as well. So what do you think about it? Should we put Cyrus on A tier and then move Takati and Grind down? Or should we put Cyrus on S?
Cyrus shouldn't be in S tier though.
Yeah, Cyrus is not that strong that he should be in S tier, I think. He should definitely be in A tier though. That's for sure. Okay, so after consideration, I think the best is to move Takati and Grind to B tier, and we move Cyrus to A tier, and Cyrus will be leaning toward S tier, S and A tier, in the middle. What do you think about that? I think it's okay, because you know, in the end these are epics. This one legendary, but like it's hard to compare or like epics with legendaries that are, you know, like a better version of the epic. And like you said, he's not S tier. Like, you know, if he was a little bit better, I would consider him S tier even. But yeah, he's definitely an A tier in my opinion. Okay, the next one is Brunt. What do you think about him?
So for Brunt, his ulti, his ult is he can become invisible to damage that is 4% lower by 4% of his max HP for 10 seconds. And it can increase to lower than 7, which for Endless at the very back, it doesn't help at all. He would probably get one-shotted though.
Yeah, he will get one-shotted. He's not a good tank in my opinion, and yeah, there's nothing much to say. But yeah, he should be an F tier, I think, or maybe D tier. But I'm leaning toward F tier. What about you?
Yeah, not much use. Yeah, F tier.
I wouldn't use him. Let me just say it like that. I wouldn't use him in Endless. Okay. The next one is Atticus. What do you think about him, and where do you think he should be placed? Yeah, so the thing is, I think the knockback is just for him to help himself trigger the mines on the enemy. So that's why some people say it's nice, you know, that he has a knockback, so he can knock the people back into his mine and then do damage that way. I like his smoke screen as well. His smoke screen and his ultimates both are like, his whole kit is actually quite nice in my opinion. And I am leaning toward an S tier. What about you?
So Atticus can get to Enlighten 15, which would boost his attack by quite a lot.
So yeah, with that said, I think he should be S tier. Where would you put him? Because I think you said around A tier, I think. Yeah. He's also Cinder, so that boosts his damage as well in Endless, so that's nice. I think he's, yeah, cause he has 2 AoE skills, you know. That's why I think he's a nice S tier. It's coming to an end. Okay, next one is Balor. Where would you put him? Yeah, I think he is F tier just because he's single target. He doesn't do really anything besides, you know, nuking or increasing critical rate on every guardian. He doesn't do that, so it's all on single target. So yeah, he's definitely F tier. Okay, next one is Dolfir. Where would you put him and what do you think about him?
So the very good thing about Dolfir is his Wolf Shark is very OP. Inherits 92% of Dolvir's attribute.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
And with the Dolvir's, what is it called? Enlightenment Hearts, he can be guaranteed a
15-10. Yeah. Is
very good.
Yeah, he's a very good front line, and he heals as well. And every main stats attribute you have, the summons that he summons, the wolf sharks, gets 90%, like Jason says. And yeah, they tank for you, and they like waste the enemy's time so they cannot attack you. And they can be healed, they can be shielded as well by Phoenicia. Like, this is all very OP. Like, everything you buff your teammates with, you will also buff your wolf sharks, which is really nice. I would consider him actually in A tier. I wouldn't say S tier because personally I think yeah, he's not, like in Endless, he's not excelling that much, I think, as much as Tianlong or Phoenicia or Leia, you know. Like, he has damage for the backline and he has defense reduction. Okay, you know, maybe S tier, but it depends on if you think he's S tier as well. if you think he's S tier, he's definitely S tier then, because I'm leaning towards S tier, but I'm not confident in putting him in S now.
I would say it depends on what's your max floor. If your max floor is at 68, 70,
yeah,
Dolvin would be, his wolf is like, will be one-shotted.
Yeah, so he will not be really useful. But if you're talking about low floors like 30 or 40, then he will be like substantial, surviving with the wolves, and of course like wasting their time and actually have efficiency, you know, like he would be worth it. I think he's around, yeah. Where would you place him? Where would you place Dolfir? Considering
most people not getting that high of a floor, he should be S tier.
Yeah, I think so too. He should be S tier. Cause like I said, I was leaning more to S tier. But I was like you said, like his wolves are underwhelming when you get past 40, floor 45, 40, then they're getting one-shotted. And I haven't quite buffed as well, but he's just not doing as much as a Tianlong, you know. But like you said, around 40, floor 40 or 35, he's very nice to have. Okay, next one is Yusta. What do you think and where do you put her? She's sad. She's sad. To be honest, I think this goes without saying. Like, she's an assassin. She is very bad in Endless Dungeon or in Arena or in Guild Ball. She's overall needs a very good rework to be useful. I would put her in F tier. I think you should. I think you agree as well. Yeah. This one is like an easy decision. Okay, so next one is Reborn. What do you think about him and where would you place him?
So for his ult, it is that he must lower the enemy's HP to a certain level that he would do times 4 or times 7 of their max HP.
Yeah, he does a lot of damage. I think it's like an execute damage, his ultimate.
Terrifying war cry. He will shout and cough fear for 2 seconds. Basically the 2 front enemies.
Yeah, I think with that fear, his radius is very small. If they made it a little bit bigger, the radius, he would be really way better. Because of the radius that small and because of his ultimate that underwhelming, and the rest of his skills not really being that good. Because one is bleed, but that's single target, and the other one is a knockback. Very not that impressive. I would put him on D tier just because he's better than assassins and people that, you know, don't have something AoE to show. What about you? Where would you put him? You said B or D? I think D, right? D. Yeah. I was already like, oh, D tier. Okay. The next one is Stratos. I've used him at the beginning. He was he was amazing first because he does a revive, he does a grab, and the grab does damage as well. He throws the people around. It was fun to see. And he's also taunting the enemies. And like I said before, he is like he revives like grind, but it's only once. What do you think about him?
The only thing that grind revives unlimitedly, and Stratos he revives once. They should have been opposite.
It should have been the opposite. I agree with you there. If they put the grind ability in Stratos and the Stratos ability in grind, it would be perfect. You know, Stratos would actually be more useful and would have been A or 8. I think he would be A tier in Endless, but now he's like, yeah, D tier. D. C? You put it on C?
Definitely below grind though.
Yeah, definitely below grind at the moment. Yeah, I think D tier because he doesn't have an AoE damage and he doesn't tank that good and he's quite squishy. Do you agree with that? Okay, the next one is Bronwyn. What do you think about her and where would you place her?
So her passive is she will link with all allied units, and all single target damage taken by an ally is reduced by 60%. And shared amongst all other living allies, which is could be good, but if you're using Aquarius, you would probably not be the best idea using.
I think she is good, but there's a lot of like bugs around her, and her ultimate is way too short because it's like a fan, like a laser fan, and it doesn't reach that far, you know. Like you need to put her on the front line to actually hit the people, because if you put her on the back line, it doesn't hit anyone. I think that's the negative part about her. And also I think her damage as a mage is really underwhelming as well. Like she has an ability like called Gathering Storm, and then it deals like not a lot of damage. Like it's really bad. I think this is like one of the founders that belongs in F tier, sadly, as well, with the Yusta.
Yeah, the ult is
really sad. Yeah, and if you put her in front line, she basically gets killed, you know, in the Endless.
Probably F also.
Yeah. Not worth it to buy. That's most important thing, you know. Okay, Yuno is the next. Where would you put Yuno?
She is like a double-sided sword. She teleports and probably die instantly.
Yeah, not good. Don't recommend. F tier. It's an assassin basically. Yeah, and she's a poison. She's a single target damage, and basically like most assassins, yeah, don't survive after teleporting the enemy because they'll just get jumped by 5 people. F tier, agreed?
Agree.
Okay. Next one is Aurant. What do you think about her and where would you put her? Yeah, she's meant to be tanking and like a shield breaker. I think she would be amazing if the enemy had more shields, but
most don't.
But most don't, and we don't have a lot of guardians that use shield in the endless enemy team, so she is not, you know, being that useful in that regard. However, I like her zone, which basically increases the basic attack damage and harms the enemies at the same time. So everyone in your team gets the bonus damage and the basic attack damage, and the enemy receives 50% more damage from the basic attack. That is nice because the AoE is really big because it guarantees like covers like half of the field. So but the rest of her skills are really underwhelming. I would actually put her still in F tier, to be honest. I would still put it in F tier. Definitely still. It could be D, but like what would you consider like basic attack wise, you know? Because most of the mages we have are like in ST, you know. The mages AoE.
Considering
Darista. That is true. That is actually true. If you compare, if you not compare, if you combo it with Darista, she might actually do a lot of damage. If you put Aurent, Darista and Gwyn on the same team, then the basic attack of Darista will be enhanced by a lot, by 100% for 15 seconds even, fully max. That is actually something to consider as well. Yeah, and she's quite a solid tank, to be honest. I never really thought she was like not tanking good enough in my endless battles when I used her. Okay, we'll settle for D tier, but I like in the middle between F and D. I think does that sound good?
yes.
All right. Okay. Next one is Aurora. Where would you place her, and where do you think she belongs in the tier list?
For Aurora, suppressing, you know, is it? It's banish. Her banish is
Really good.
Not good.
No?
It goes against the boss. The boss doesn't get stunned.
Oh, yeah. That's
Unless it's a guardian boss though.
yeah. I think it's like in elite she is very good, but if the boss doesn't get stunned, then it's not good. Yeah, she is. It says she's a ranger, but I think she's more of a mage. I think that's a bit weird that they say it's a ranger. Yeah, and it does physical damage instead of magical. But yeah. So she has like a suppressing flames, one of her abilities, which on impact it deals 250% of attack damage as a physical damage, and extends the duration of all control effects of the target by 50%. So I think basically if she uses her ultimate when people are stunned, the enemy, then the stun duration will be increased by 50%. I think that's what it means, because I'm assuming control effects mean stuns and charms. So basically if Helia charms and Aurora ults, then the charm will be extended by 50%. I think that's how it works, which makes her quite useful actually in Endless Dungeon.
Yeah, while Helia is bugged.
Yeah, well, Helia is bugged at the moment. I think I would actually place Aurora, by my surprise, I would actually place her on B tier. Okay, next one is our favorite in the guild of Together We Rise, TWR, Albos. What do you think about Albos, and where do you think we should put him?
Albos is dog shit.
Albos super bad. Don't buy him. Please buff him. Yeah. Okay. In all seriousness, where do what do you think of him, and where would you place him? Yes.
He's good for his ult. Fires 8 bolts that does 180% of attack. Spreads.
Yeah, it's wide. Yeah, it's like a wide range attack, and it's hard to hit like a single target with it. But in Endless, it's like it's good shotgun, you know, like if the enemy walks up to you and your elbow's in front line, you can just one shot the first person that walks up, you know. And because of that, you have the gear as well that gives you like the 50% you can shoot again, which is very nice, because if you compare it with Grisel, you can shoot 4 times, which is super amazing. But yeah, do you want your ranger at the front? I mean, you can put him at the front because he kicks the first person that walks up to him as well, you know. It's a bit double-edged sword, I think. Where would you consider putting him in the Endless tier list?
You'll get targeted by the mate.
Yeah.
The front line. Could be the boss also.
I think, yeah, B tier, like he's above average, you could use him, but he's not like he doesn't have like enough impact to be an A tier hero. Like I would choose Darista above Albos in Endless. That's definitely. Okay, the next one is Albert. What do you think of him, and where do you think we should?
So, for his passive, after 20 seconds, Albert raises a 10% of max HP shield that increases Albert's energy by 10 per second while active, which can increase to 30%. It would take a lot of time. 20 seconds.
20 seconds is a lot of time. Like 20 seconds is too much. You will definitely not get that in Endless Dungeon per room, because it resets every room as well. So yeah, definitely not. I think yeah, I think his skill sets are like a lot of knockups, and he has a long shot. His long shot is basically Albos, but it takes 1 for 1. He shoots one bullet, fan shaped way like Albos, but he takes it very slow. Yeah, I think Albert is definitely below Albos, and as a warrior he doesn't tank that much. His shield is not gonna get 30 seconds, is too much. I think he belongs in F tier. Okay, the next one is Gwyn. We talked a lot about her in this video. Well, it's finally her turn. where would you put her and in this tier list? And what do you think about Gwen?
So for Gwen, her ult and her passive is not like it's below average. It's not good. The only thing which interests a lot of players is her rough seas that targets enemies in a frontal arc and draws them towards her.
Yes, that's completely what I was about to say as well. Her rough seas is really the best. Okay, the next guardian is Gwyn. We have talked a lot about her in this video, and it's finally her turn to be judged. Where would you put her in this tier list, and what do you think of her, Jason?
So for Gwen, her passive and ult is not very ideal, but the one that interests most players is her skill called Rough Seas. It will target enemies in a frontal arc, draws them towards her, which would help a lot of main DPS deal massive damage in like instantly.
Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say as well. Yeah, she's amazing. She pulls the backliners from your enemy team to the front line, and that way your damage dealers can just nuke the enemies, you know, that she pulled in. In Endless Dungeon, she is amazing. I love her completely. She is, however, quite squishy, but I think that's just because of my gear. I think, Jason, yours is a better build. How is she performing in your Endless Dungeon? Is she squishy?
She's not necessarily squishy. I built her full HP, which
Yes.
is right now is 7 million HP. Very decent.
Very decent, yeah.
Could survive quite a bit.
Could survive quite a bit. Okay, so where would you place her in this tier list? A tier. Yeah, I think the same. I think she's around A tier. She plays really well with other guardians.
She's also quite cheap though.
She is quite cheap. She's quite accessible for newer players. Yeah.
If counting the gear, the 2-second stun, she would probably be S tier.
Yeah, I think it's best to count gears, because Gwyn is technically like with the 2-second stun, like it's the 3,000 endless coins only, like, to get the gear. So I'm sure people can get the gear for Gwyn quite fast, and it's really worth it because the 2-second stuns on your rough seas is amazing and can help out a lot. Okay, the last guardian is Lixus. What do you think about her, and where would you place her in this tier list, Jason?
So for Lixus, her ult is a AoE to each enemy that explodes after 3 seconds, dealing 210 attack.
Yeah, like you said, it places directly under the enemy, which is amazing if you combine her with Gwyn, which pulls the enemy together, and she just puts the trap on the feet of the enemy, and yeah, it kills them all instantly most of the time, depending on how far you are in Endless. I think she performs really well as a ranger. I think she's a ranger, right? Yeah, I think she performs very well as a ranger. What do you think? Where would you put her in this tier list?
For me, I will put it at either C
or B.
Close to B.
Yeah,
Close to B.
yeah. I think we could give her a B. Actually, the Lixus, she's as an epic guardian and quite free to play. I think if you build her very well, I think she could be really good in your Endless Dungeon team. I think that's all. That's all the guardians from Legendary and Epic. What do you think about this tier list, Jason? Do you think anything should be changed now still, or do you think we have done quite a good job?
Yeah, we have done quite a good job, but if there's any changes, we will do in the future.
Yeah, so like it depends, of course. This tier list is for when it comes out. It's only for up until maybe they will buff or nerf some other guardians, so we might not know. But for now, I think this is a good tier list. However, I'm thinking Drip should move down a little bit. I think Drip should move down to B. What do you think about that, Drip? Because it's a single target, like we discussed. But like he has good lifesteal and attack speed, but I think he shouldn't be compared to Tamamo Helia, Ilhot, and that kind, and JD, you know. I think he should be like around the B tier, where he should be around with Takati, Corvus, Grind, Auron, Lixus. What do you think about that?
I would lean towards B tier
Yeah.
after considering that others like Cyrus is up there.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think it's better. Yeah, I think this is a better tier list now. This looks way better, I think. Okay, so this is for now the our Gold of Guardians tier list. Me with Jason shared our opinions about it. If you do not agree with some of the choices, let me know in the comments below which one you would like to change. I want to thank everyone that watched the whole thing. Please like and subscribe, and I hope I see you in the next video. All right, thank you all for watching.